Thank you, everybody, and thank you, Anders and Anders, because I can come here today. It's a very great honor to be here today and to help opening a part of Aalborg here in Copenhagen. Of course, I'm very happy to be able to do that as a politician from Aalborg. I have named my short speak Redefining Democratic Dialogues. And when I have done that, it's because, of course, with the role I have, I'm very interested in how can I get in touch with as lot of people as possible, very quickly and very broadly. And how can I condensate what they mean and think about what we are going to decide as a politicians in our city. When I was elected for the first time in 2001 for the small city council in Nibe, a small town outside Aalborg, the only ad feed I could get was the newspaper. You can read about what we were doing in our town council in the newspaper, or I could speak directly with people. Lots of things has changed since then. Of course, you had also all the TV channels and so on at that time, but now a lot of political discussions are taken online. And that's where this is very, very interesting. Because our local democracy is in a crisis, if you ask me. And I'm, of course, working in it every day, so I think I know a little bit about it. Because before, people were very engaged in the political discussions in their own cities about things. But now our municipalities are growing bigger. It's more difficult to get in contact with people, and people are moving to things like Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter and all these platforms to discuss politics. So where you before had the newspapers and you could speak with people, now it's very important for us politicians to speak on the social media and to get the dialogue on the social media. As a politician, I have to be where people are. I have to be where people are hanging out, where they are discussing, and people are a lot discussing on the social media right now. So I think this is very, very important. As Anders told, in Aalborg, I'm in charge of the school system, and we have, of course, we are 7 politicians working together to decide how should we develop, how should we work in our school system in Aalborg. And I think we have a small student up there soon coming to school. It's very nice. We were going to make a new vision and going to make new goals for our school systems. And we politicians were talking to each other, and we were saying, how can we invite everybody to take part in this process? We have 19,000 children going to school. How can we ask all the parents what they think are very important for the schools in the futures in Aalborg? How can we ask 4,000 teachers and pedagogues what they think are important for the schools in Aalborg in the future? How can we ask the university, all the other school systems in Aalborg what they think are important? And how can we get in touch with all the factories and all the companies in our area about what do they need of children going out from school when they need to work with them in their companies or in their factories. So we wanted, when we are going to make this new vision, to get in touch with everybody in our community about schools. And it's a little bit difficult to invite everybody into a meeting because we didn't have any space in Aalborg big enough, so we need to think in another way. And that was why we were starting up playing with Anders and Anders, because they can, through Facebook, ask a lot of people what they think about things, and we can type it in, and we can take all the matters and all the discussions and all the issues and collect it and make analysis on it. We were speaking a lot about this thing about going on Facebook with this dialogue, because all of you have gone to school, and everybody has an opinion on schools. And we were thinking maybe we get a lot of trouble if we put this into Facebook, because a lot of people want to discuss, and also with the negative issues on it. But we were thinking, why not just open up and take in everything, because we want to make new things, we want to make better things. We need all the issues on this that we can collect. So we got out from this big work with Anders and Anders 1,500 posts on Facebook with opinions about vision and goals for our future schools in Aalborg. And that was, it's not very easy. You can imagine if you get a book with 1,500 goals and visions for schools, how could we take out the most important things of this? And that's where this was very important, because here in these maps from Anders and Anders, we could see what are people speaking mostly about. What is mostly mentioned as very important things to think about when we are going to make our vision for the schools and our goals for the schools. And we can also measure, because some people are very active on Facebook and they put in the same things maybe 100 times. So we can see if it was coming from the same people or if it was coming from a broad range of people. So this big dialogue we collected through this tool that Anders and Anders presented for us. And of course, as decision makers, it's very nice that we know that this materialing we are building our future for the schools on is valid, that we have thought about all the issues that has been in there and thought about the most important issues. So that was very, very helpful. I think when we look ahead, the Techno-Anthropology can be very important in the democracy in the future, because the social media are very, very important when you need to get in touch with people about politics. This picture is from a dialogue that the school politicians in Aalborg sometimes make a dialogue on Facebook on different issues. We put out a post on Facebook where we say the school politicians in Aalborg will this evening talk about, for example, the budget for next year for the schools, and then everybody who has an opinion on that can tag in and discuss with us. And it's very interesting, because I thought that when we have 4,000 teachers, everybody would have an opinion, but they don't. Of course, it's the most engaged people who do it, but you still get a lot of very nice information when having this dialogue, and you can, as a politician, also answer back. Why are you thinking like you're doing, Tina? Why are you making these priorities? Why are you taking these decisions? You have the chance to answer back, and you know a lot of people look at Facebook. Maybe not so many type anything, but you know that a lot of people also see it and see the meaning. So I think that the social media and the talks we can have with each other on these media, that can be analyzed very well during these tools that you can build up, and I'm pretty sure that you have a big future in that issue in the future, and I'm sure that we would like to continue working together with you, because it's been very interesting. So that should be my first words, and answers are very welcome also, or questions are very welcome also. Thank you.